So like I said, welcome to Mentorship Monday. This was definitely an idea that came about a weeks ago, where I was like, I definitely think there's a huge need for women in business to have some type of guidance. And even if I could come on for 1 hour on a Monday to share some knowledge, I think that this is something that can help a lot of business owners grow and scale their understanding of business. So today, and I want to say that, let's see. Oh, this is the one from last time. I don't know how they got that. Let me go back and change that. Sorry about that, you guys. I looked at the screen and was like, that's not the right one. But, oh, 1 second. I'm sorry for that.
It's okay.
All right. So let me stop sharing the screen. All right, there you go. So today I was like, I want to do business credit because I feel like even though it's a huge topic, of course, trend on social media, a lot of people just don't understand the power of business credit and how it can also be used to leverage different things for your business, like money, business cards, capital, such as lines of credit. Especially as small business owners, a lot of times we don't have the funds to keep the business afloat. And I feel like having to understand the business credit will allow us to do that. So just before I go on, I want to be able to introduce a very good friend of mine, Drika. Her name is Drika Green, but she goes by Drika. She has been a client of mine since 2014, right, Drika?
Yes, ma'am.
So she was a client before I even knew that I was even coaching or consulting. It's just like I was good at business. I love business. And I was in business school, and she had this amazing career in doing hair, and she can do it really well. And just a backstory, the first time I ever saw Drika, it was at a Southern University pageant called Thicker Than a Snicker. No, not Thicker Than a Snicker. It was like, what is that, a Kappa pageant, I want to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that. And they would do like different talents. So of course, Drika is not a person that, she's not the type of person that would actually, I'm gonna go back because somebody came in. She's not the person that would be singing or anything or dancing on stage. But one talent that she did have was knowing how to do hair. So she actually blindfolded one of her models, and she cut her hair into a bob.
I was blindfolded.
Oh yeah, she was blindfolded. Look, I'm all over the place, but she was blindfolded, and she cut the model hair into a bob while being blindfolded. And I was like, you know what? I need to have her on my team. And from there, when I became Miss Southern, I hired her to be our hairstylist for the court. So just the, current situation of where she is now, she's the CEO of Drika Nicole Organics and Extensions. She's a celebrity hairstylist located in Houston, Texas. She actually has an amazing skill of being able to formulate her own hair care products. She's used the formula and created for the past few years, and she's created an amazing vegan hair care line. She's also a native of Lake Charles, and she has an amazing multi-six-figure business. And she has been my first client ever to receive over 50K in funding and through one lender. And of course, she has other funding that she's used, but she's really a success story of mine. And our stories are so, unique because we kind of built together in our careers. So without further ado, I want to introduce Drika. Do you want to have anything else that you would like to add?
No, you said everything.
I know I talk a lot. I'm gonna give you time to talk.
No, you good.
So hey Abby, hey Gina, I see that you guys have joined.
Hello. Sorry, my computer's broken, so I can't come on camera.
No, that's fine. That's
Oh
fine.
no, that's fine.
So can you guys kind of introduce yourselves? We're gonna take a moment where you introduce yourself and just state the company and what you do in your career, and we'll make it pretty brief. So Brianna, you want to start?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Brianna Doucette. I'm I am an industrial engineer during the daytime. Nighttime, I'm a full-time mom, and I run an embroidery business. A new mom, so trying to balance it all.
I love that.
Miss Sean.
Hi, my name is Sean, and I am an aromatherapy coach who works with women who suffer with chronic illness, just helping guide them towards relief and a better quality of life.
Oh, wow. That's so good.
Yeah, Abby.
Hey, Sean, I thought that was you. Good to see you again. My name is Abby. I'm the CEO of Kish Consulting, which is a communications coaching firm. My current clientele is people who are in sales and been working with a lot of startup founders on their ability to pitch, to raise funds through pitch competitions and investor panels. And she and I have known each other since April of this year, and I've just learned so much from her. So excited to be here.
And can you talk about the big win that you had last week with your client winning on? Talk about how much.
Yeah. So I had a client that started with me from the very beginning of her pitching journey. She has been in business a little over 2 years, but just started bringing her startup to competitions. So we worked on her pitch, developed her confidence a bit, and on Friday night, she won a massive pitch competition and secured $60,000 in funding from that one competition. So that was very super exciting, and she's not stopping there. She's got a lot more coming.
Yeah. Okay, Gina.
That's awesome. Hey y'all, my name's Gina. I own The Way of Gigi. And the bulk of my business is a shirt company, and I mainly provide shirts, custom shirts for other businesses, different people that have events in the community. They'll reach out and we'll wholesale shirts for them.
Yeah. Well, ladies, I just want to say thank you for joining today. Over the course of the next couple minutes here, we're going to really talk about building business credit, the components needed. And then I want Drika to share her experience of what it took for her to get where she's at with building credit and also leveraging funding to scale her company. So business credit is pretty much your business history, and it's similar to your credit report in your personal life, but it's more so geared towards your business. And it's basically the history that establishes its ability to borrow. We know that we hear a lot about access to capital, but the questions are, how do I access capital? And a lot of times it's fear that stops us from accessing capital because we look at a loan as a bad thing and not as a benefit to really help scale your business and help it to grow. So there's a couple things that I want to talk about what do you need to actually build your business credit. And then we'll talk with Drika and make it more casual. But the first thing I say is incorporating your business. A lot of times, I mean, women who have businesses, you have phenomenal products and services, but not incorporated all the way. And that means having your EIN number, a business bank account, as well as a LLC or S Corp. But this is the foundation of your business. And a lot of times when you're going to be going out and seeking funding, they're going to look to see if you have these, items. And if you don't, you're going to have to kind of, start over. And the worst part about it is if you've been in business for 1 year operating without these, that does not mean that your track record is 1 year in business. Your track record does not begin until you get the articles of incorporation, your EIN number, and a business bank account that can show a track record of you actually making money. The second things will be a DUNS number. I know you guys hear about DUNS a lot, but it's very important for you to have DUNS. Like the federal is moving away from DUNS, but a lot of companies such as business accounts, lending companies, even if you're looking to do work in the corporate setting, they're going to ask you for a DUNS number. And you can find that information at DUNS and Bradstreet, and it's completely free to get. And a lot of times your credit accounts will report to DUNS. So a lot of agencies use that to see if you have good credibility, if you have a great track record, and they just want to see how you are as a business owner. And then the third thing will be trade lines, getting those business accounts that report though. not just getting any business accounts because they have trade lines and net 30 days, but really finding those net 30 accounts and even business credit cards that can report to the credit agencies. And then the final thing will be able to monitor your credit. Once you establish a business credit, it doesn't stop just there. You have to be able to use a monitoring software, and NAV is a really great tool that you can use, because if you're using like the second level, it accounts as a trade line. So it's a 2-for-1 there. So here, I just want to stop and kind of ask you some questions, Drika. Like, during our coaching process, can you talk to the women on here and just tell them your process of what it was like before you even knew about business credit or even how to access capital?
I think I really was just more so like, I want to say clueless, or I was just hustling. Like, I was working so hard and funding everything on my own. So anything that I came out with, it was me working night and day and just using that money from what I was making just to fund and buy products, which is not the smartest thing to do. So it's just like, once I started tapping into like business credit, I was able to not work as much and then also focus on the business side, which is how you're going to make more money. So I was able to focus on my online business a little more, and now I work less. So I went from working like 7 days a week to where I'm in the salon 3 days a week, and I don't go in that early. So Wednesday through Friday. But had I not started getting my business credit together, I would have still been in the salon, how some stylists are, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, trying to make the money, fund and buy inventory. Yeah. So then I had kids come in, and she just like, okay, we got to work smarter, not harder. And so that's just been my motto of, now I just work smarter. Eventually it's going to get to where I'm in the shop 1 day a week. And that's only really to create content.
Yeah, and I definitely love that for you. So like I told you guys, me and Drika has been on this journey navigating business together and finding ways on how we can grow. And she has really been like, I wouldn't even say a test bunny or anything like that, but really somebody who I've been able to leverage through trial and error, and just seeing how far that we've come together really shows the power of leveraging a coach, because she can't do the hair, make the products, formulate it, talk to vendors, and try to run the back end of her office. And that's why it's very important to have those key players in your business that can help you, and you identify what your strengths and weaknesses are.
Right.
So with that being said, how was the process when you applied for your funding that you just recently got? Drika got over $50,000 of funding, which really helped scale her company. So can you talk to them a little bit more about that process of how that went, what all that the lender asked for, and how you were able to leverage that money to grow your company?
I feel like if it was just on myself to try to get that money, I probably would have been really confused, lost, putting the wrong thing on the application. But being that I had a whole team, like, I'm a firm believer, I don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but I'm like super good at strategizing and letting people do what they're good at. So I had a whole team in place. So I had an accountant, I had Chiz, and I had my Berlin, which is somebody else that helps me with my business. So it really moved smoothly for me. But had it just been me trying to get it myself, I think I would have been a little lost. But once we got through that step with letting the accountant pull up my my accounts, my profit and loss, even going beyond that, it was easy for me.
Yeah. How do you feel about funding? Because I know there's a lot of huge stigma on entrepreneurs not wanting to take out loans and getting funding because they're afraid. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
I think scared money don't make money. So it's just like, if you're going into it scared, it's just like, maybe you're just not ready. I just go into everything with confidence and taking risks. So it's like, you might not know a bunch of billionaires around you, but you know that they took risks. So I always bet on myself. I do not get scared. If I take out 100,000, I know that I'm gonna be able to pay it back. So it's like, I'm just not a scared person. I bet on me. So I barely have a plan B. I just know that it's going to work out for me. I try to cancel out all the negatives and just replace it with positive.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And now that we're going into all of this, like, I feel like as a consultant, coach, and I've also been through these processes of business and getting funding, like literally got over $75,000 in funding, whether it came from banks, credit cards, lines of credit. I've did pitch competitions.
Right.
I've done everything except crowdfunding, and I really want to do that. But I want to say that there's 4 things that I feel. You have to have a solid business structure. Without that, it's just kind of put you in the position to where getting funding won't be easy if you don't have all your ducks in a row, such as incorporating your business, having your access to, like what Drika said, your profit and loss statements, and understanding the financial health of your company. Another thing is on-time payments. I understand that, you know, during different phases of life, that there may be some times where you can't make payments, but knowing that you're trying to build your business, I would say don't take out more than what you can afford, but take out what you know is reasonable to where you'll be able to make on-time payments, because that on-time payments will really dictate how much funding you get and if lenders will be able to fund you for a second time. And the third thing will be establishing credit with vendors and suppliers who report. I keep saying that you don't want to just go with the Joe Blow who's just going to give you $5,000 in credit and you may need it to build your company. But if it's not reporting and it's not beneficial, then I suggest that you don't take out that particular credit. Ask questions. Ask them, hey, do you report to the credit bureaus for business? How often do you report? Be very stern in the things that you ask, because it's your business and you are dictating and you're leading that ship. So just be sure that you ask questions, especially when you're building relationship with any vendors and suppliers. And the 4th thing is monitoring your business credit reports. Just like you would do your personal credit and you be on my FICO trying to figure out how you can get this car, this house, is the same way you have to treat your business credit, because it really is the heartbeat of everything that you do. So at this time, I want to know if anyone has any questions to ask myself or Drika around business credit. And I don't want you to be shy. This is a very safe space, but I really want to make sure you understand what is needed for you to move forward in your business.
What would you say is the easiest first route to go? Because I've talked to a lot of local banks, obviously, that have business lines of credit. So if you have a relationship with your local bank, is it best to get started through that route? Or are there some platforms to apply online for business credit that are going to be more expedited and easier to use?
It's so crazy because my local banks didn't give me anything.
Oh no.
Right. That was really shocking. So I was shocked that I was able to get 50 plus in funding on my first round.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I would say go for the local banks, but if you get a no, don't let that make you be sad or deter you from wanting to continue to try to get funded. Because I got a lot of no's, which was shocking. And I was so like, I'm like, why? But yeah, local banks turned me down. I don't know why. That was weird.
My suggestion would be, so this is what I say, and I've went a lot of routes. First thing is, I know, Abby, you're with Citizens, and that may be a route that you can go, but I'm with Drika because sometimes the local banks won't give you because they have so big of a threshold and they want so much. So when I got started with my painting company, if you're making the income in your business, you can go with the line of credits. Like, I don't know if you guys heard of Cabbage, Blue Vine, and all of those. Even if you use Square also gives small loans out as well, especially if you're doing a lot of transactions through them. And I think that is one route that you can go, leveraging those third parties that see the traction in your company and they're willing to give you a chance with revolving lines of credit. Second thing would be, like I mentioned, with establishing credit lines with suppliers and vendors. I know in our field, Abby, that there may not be a lot of, support for those consultants, but even if we can start building business credit with companies like Uline, companies like Quill, to where we can order some office supplies for our business, they report. And now it can help you build credibility. So when you go to your bank, they see that, hey, you have a track record of leveraging credit and paying it back. And I think that those are the couple of ways that you can go. Like, there's so many options. The biggest thing is trying to leverage all of those options. Don't just stick with just one, because how you build credit is not off of one lender. It's literally them seeing a track record of you working with multiple vendors, and you have a great track record of paying back. And now that's how you get more access to funding.
Right. So I know for Square, they didn't gave me up to $10,000. And that's because of my transaction. Like, I stopped taking cash. I made sure everyone paid me from my app, from Square, and they just kept offering money. So I know that they gave me 10,000. I didn't got a few thousand from PayPal. So those are easy ways to get money too.
Awesome, thanks.
Did anyone else have any questions? I know we have a lot of people. Brianna, Gina, you guys are in the apparel industry. Do y'all have any questions related to how you can leverage business credit for your company, even though you're, doing it on the side?
I think she answered the first thing when she was saying, like, funding it yourself. That's been my biggest struggle, using your own funding. And finally, within the last 2 months, I'm like, something's got to give.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was just gonna say, I think it was Abby that asked about getting funding through through the bank. And I was definitely told no. And I did get discouraged because at that time I didn't know. But I remember talking to Shy, and she gave me some business tips too. And now I was able to get funding through PayPal and through Shopify. And that's pretty much it right now. But yeah, that's all I wanted to add.
Yeah, and like I said, it's levels to the business credit. One thing that I don't want to give y'all the wrong impression, it's going to take personal credit and you being a personal guarantor. I'm not even going to lie to you and say, hey, because we see so much content going around social media with people saying that they're getting business credit without personal. And I think that there is a next level. I actually went through that with my bank at Regions. Like, when I started the painting company, I got a business credit card that didn't require me to be a personal guarantor because I was making so much cash flow in my business. So there are levels of that, but my thing is, you want to make sure that your personal credit is good too, because you might just have to leverage your personal credit to get you to that next level, to where you can just strictly use your business credit and make everything separate. But just remember, like, business credit, personal credit, all that goes hand in hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Drika, did you have anything else that you wanted to add that you felt that was, great for this conversation?
Don't be scared to take the risk. That's always me. I think sometimes some people get scared or they get discouraged from no's. Just don't. I have gotten so many no's. If I could print out all the emails of them telling me no, 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 it's like, don't get discouraged and just know that it's gonna come. Like, I wanted 100,000 and I was grateful for 50,000. I feel like the next one I want to get 200,000. So it's just gonna constantly, you're gonna get there.
Yeah, I love that. So I know that you are all members of Dreamology, but I just want to let you know, like, there are different levels a part of Dreamology. Like, how you got this information today, it's so much more with the basic and premium models. Like, and in the 2024, we're really scaling up because we want to put you guys with different experts. So if you guys are struggling with getting funding, or you're struggling with marketing, or you're struggling with the legal side of your business, that's what the virtual co-working spaces would be for, to really help you navigate. And you're not having to pay so much of $150 an hour for consultants, but you can meet with people in the community. And I also want y'all to leverage the community, y'all. Like, it's so much content in there. Like, I'm going to be taking these Mentorship Mondays, putting them in there. I'm going to be taking the podcast videos that I pre-recorded and put them in there, because I want to make sure y'all have all the resources that y'all need to really scale. And just in case you want to learn more about business credit, I have an ebook with over 15 to 20 pages of the guide, the step-by-step guide on how to navigate business credit. I also included a list of business accounts that report and who you can go to get your business credit started. So if you would like to learn more about that, I'll send you guys out an email after this call, just to make sure that you all have access to this. But the biggest thing is, I want to make sure in 2024, y'all are ready to take your businesses to the next level. I feel like this is the golden year, especially for female entrepreneurs, because we do so much, but we never get the credit for the things that we do and how hard we work for our businesses. So with that being said, I just want to thank you all for attending Mentorship Monday. And I just can't wait to be on this journey with y'all to really scale your businesses to the next level. We're no longer talking about scaling. We're going to actually do the work. And I'm going to be there to hold you accountable to put in the work so you can see success in your companies. So thank y'all again. If y'all have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. But I just want to say thank you for joining Mentorship Mondays, and have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Bye-bye.